Hey, good morning, everybody. Good evening if you're in America and beyond. Welcome to my live stream today. I really appreciate it. Let me get this camera working right. Okay. Hey, everybody. Thanks for that super chat, Ennis. I'm going to go ahead and answer that before we get started. He says, hey, big brother Calvin, was John serious about being too large for the Filipino? New name, Big John Holmes. Keep making us proud, brother. Yeah, I'm serious, man, and you'll run into that over here. But remember, I got a saying: you give the Filipino what she's never had, and you'll get something that you've never gotten before. And yeah, no, John was serious about that. John don't play about that, and it's happened to a lot of people. Hey, Dusty Passport, what's going on, Jason Flint, Levon White? Good to see the NTZ in the house. Ingram Davis. Is my buddy Cal Deadman in here yet? What about John Wells? We got a lot to talk about. You know, they got a level 4 on the Philippine travel, but this boots on the ground, the original boots on the ground, these shirts will be available in the next 24 hours. I'm sending it. I finally got the, whatever they call the PDF or whatever back. I'm sending it to Teesprings. You know, y'all asked for it, you got it. Now remember, I don't set those prices, guys. They do that. You know, that way I don't have nothing to worry about. You know, but it's just a way for you to you want to support my channel, you and have an original boots on the ground shirt. I mean, you could even have one printed up in your hometown if you wanted to. No big deal. Hey, Brasilero Shelton. What's going on, Derek? Chris? All right, Jason, he's coming from Atlanta, man. You know, every time I go through Atlanta on my way to Florida, usually it's a baseball game or something going on, man. That traffic, man, I didn't have no idea traffic was so bad there. Hey, Jacob, my black tie experience. What's going on? Richard Walker, just do a little roll call before we get started. George Mason, what's going on, man? Yeah, there was some great news about Gail. We're going to talk about that first because I believe the world is a better place for what we did. I'm talking about all of us did for Gail. It's a better world today, man. What's going on, Bobby G? He said, looking good today, Brother Cal. I'm just a reflection of you, brother. I promise you that. What's up, Tumbleweed? He just rolled in. Freddie Sanders, the funniest man on YouTube, just checked in. Man, if you ever get a channel, I'm going to be your first subscriber. You are like the Red Fox of Tampa, Florida, man. You're funny. Ron Bizzle. I tell you, man, yeah, he says very touching today about Gail. I'm full, man. Nothing else can. One of my subscribers said this in the comments. He said, if nothing else happens on your channel, man, you broke the internet with that. And I believe we have. Hey, Kenneth Roundtree, Jeff Small, Victor Soto or Rocha. Man, I like that name. Okay, John Wells. Yeah, he's in. Sam Champion. You may not agree, but I watched your video with Gail, and I think you are such an angel. Well, I always tell people all the time, I'm not a saint. You know, I do the best I can, Sam. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. James Lyons in the house. Good to see you, brother. JLM. James B. Rag Jam Rock. He said, thanks for helping Gail. Man, you got a lot of people to thank, Rag Jam Rock. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started, guys. We got some people on here. Hit the thumbs up button, guys, if you don't mind. Like I said, the first thing I want to talk about, man, you know, the world's a better place today for what we did for Gail, man. I mean, one of my subscribers, Dennis Matthews, and me and him talk on the phone all the time. He's from up north of Flint, Michigan. He said, man, all the stars and the moon lined up for that situation, man. And I had to agree with him. I went a little further. I said, the sun, the moon, the stars, everything fell into place that had to fall into place for that to happen. Is he the father? We don't know. But is he the Gregory Mitchell we were looking for? Absolutely, there's no question about that. And one of my subscribers said, man, for your small channel to have accomplished that, it really is a miracle. It is, man. I love my viewers. I love my subscribers, but we have a limited reach, man. But when you have the best subscribers on YouTube, anything's possible, man. You know, it just goes to show you when people, you know, come together for the good of us all, miracles can and will happen, man. You know, hey, he's LaRose, his great channel. Thank you. Jason Flynn said, yeah, we need more thumbs up. We got 55, but 105 people. James B said the video should win a Grammy. Thank you, brother. I mean, you know, one thing about my channel, man, it's real. It's raw. You're going to get the real deal. And Gail, see, that's one thing that people like about Gail. She's legitimate. She's genuine, man. And a lot of Filipinos are. You know, what you see is what you get. But yeah, man, I mean, shout out to the brother in the military industrial complex, man. Without him, see, he's the one that broke the case, man. We just, you know, put everything together looking for him, you know, and it took a few months, but brother, you were right on time and you stepped up, man. And within a matter of hours, this guy had found the man we were looking for. I was so impressed, man. I couldn't believe it, you know. And I can't thank you enough. Gail cannot thank you enough. I respect your anonymity, man, because I wouldn't want to get you in trouble. Because I'm going to tell you something. Gail, this Gregory Mitchell, the reason why I knew it was the right one, the minute we called him, man, he's more worried about how we found him than whether or not Gail's his daughter or not. He's shocked, you know, but let me say this and we'll go on to the next thing. You know, he knew about the baby, but in his defense, because this is what the mother told me, he denied being the father because she was fooling with other foreigners at the time. And, you know, back in them days, there was no, you know, DNA was new, you know, and he had given us some money to have a procedure done. She went back to the province. She didn't have it done. Shows back up 8 months pregnant at his barracks, spoke with him and his CO, and he shipped out the next day. And she didn't pursue it. But he knew about it, but he just didn't think it was his because in her admission, she was fooling with other guys. And so he, you know, he really tried to do the right thing if her story is correct, you know, and I'm not for or against that type of procedure, but he said, hey, since we're not together, you know, I don't want to see you have any more of a burden on you. Here's the money, take care of it. But she didn't. And Gail shared so. But yeah, he was more worried about how we found him. See, that was the key. You know, because he, you know, he's shocked. He's like, man, how did y'all find me? C. Wayne said, 123 people in here, there should be 123 likes. You would think so, C. Wayne. But yeah, like I said, man, I got the best viewers and subscribers on YouTube. James Lyon says, shout out to all the fellas, boots on the ground squad representing. Ingram Davis, John Wells, Brasilero Shelton, Michael Cosby, Levon White, Cal Dedman, C. Brown, Bobby G. Lamont Smith. Yeah, and hundreds of others, guys. Sam Champion said, Calvin, Gail's video part 1 was the first Sunshine Shoulders video I watched. Was drawn to you since then. Now I'm hooked. I don't even bother to watch the other bloggers from the Philippines. Man, that's a great. I mean, I don't know if I can get a bigger compliment than that, Sam, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, brother. And thank you for those ballot buying boxes, man. He put together for me and baby Denise. Mike Moore said, is he going to support her? Well, he says, if, you know, this is his words. If we can prove Gail's his daughter, he's going to do the right thing. Well, we got the DNA coming, brother, but, you know, I don't know why you would even When we sent him that picture, it's only time he started talking to us. He knows more than he's letting on to. D-Land said, "Are jobs easy to come by as an expat?" No, but most expats that I know that work over here, they work in some type of either the telemarketing or they have some type of computer background. I met a guy at the immigration in Cebu. He was an older gentleman. He said he worked there. You know, the pay's not going to be a lot, but the hours are going to be long. I think he was earning like $1,000 US dollars a month, which is a lot over here. But, you know, I didn't come here to work. Hey, Slant Ron, is it? Slink Ron said, "Morning from Shatton." I love Shatton, man. I love that little marketplace y'all got over there. We lived in Zamboanguita for a couple of months, man. I tell you, I really love that part of, that's the part of Dumagetti I really love. It's not really Dumagetti. It's like, you know, that little outskirts of Dumagetti. Hey, what's going on, Philip Cooper? Are you still in the Philippines? Have you made the trip home? And my condolences to your family, man, you know, and your mother, man. I hope she's, you know, still with us, because I lost my mother back in 1993, and there's no greater loss than that. I mean, if you had any type of relationship with your mother, there's no greater loss. Hey, JX, you said good morning from Florida. Reginald Wallace, thank you for all you do, Calvin, Naples, Florida. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. You know, I'm just doing what somebody did for me. And I always say it over and over, man. I live better than 75% of the population over here. Yet nearby, people are dying. People are starving. People are suffering. And I'm not putting pressure on anybody, JX. I'm just saying I'm going to do whatever I can do in my little space. I'm going to help as many people as I can. And, you know, because somebody helped me, man. Robert Pittman says hello from Orange, Texas. Wow. A lot of Texas people, man. I never heard of Orange, Texas, though. Emery says, morning from Iloilo. Hope to meet you one day. Cheers. Man, that would be great. I am going to have a meet and greet when it opens up. And I'm not going to spare no expense, man. I don't drink. I'm going to buy y'all beer. We're going to have good food. We're going to have good music. You know, it'll be a lot of single ladies there if I have anything to do with it. Hey, Gentleman Johnson, Calvin, great job, and always follow your heart, bro. My heart goes out to her, and I really felt it. Awesome job for the viewers who stepped up to this challenge, just like you did. God bless you, Calvin. Yeah, I mean, I promise you, man, I hadn't cried in years because, you know, I'm one of them type, I try to hold it in, be strong for everybody else. But when that man gave me the news, I cried, man. I really cried. And then when I called Gail, before I could even get anything out, man, I burst into tears. She started crying. And because I can just imagine what she went through for 30 years, man. But this woman, she's, the only way I can tell you, man, she's brilliant, man. To have endured what she endured, I can't even imagine, you know. And just holding on to the slimmest of hopes that her father's still alive and that one day she would meet him. 30 years, man, and we're this close to closing that chapter, man. It's a miracle. I don't care what nobody else says. And I'm so thankful, man. I'm part of it. Charles Webb, what's going on in Detroit? Cheers to all the people in Detroit. Emery says only techno music, though. You know, they love techno music over here. Well, really, they love all kind of music over here, but you'll hear some wild stuff over here. And they play it loud. There's no medium volume. It's either sky high. They don't play it at all. It's ear-splitting loud over here. Kona Ranger says, hi, Calvin. I cried also. Great video. Great job on helping her. Good, man. Thank you, Kona, man. Wang Hung Lo said, LOL, I lived in Eustis. Rena's Dreams and Lifestyle. Good morning, everyone. Derek Calamaris. I'm in Richmond, California, next to Oakland. Yeah, I believe they beat Richmond, University of Richmond, made some noise in the tournament a few years ago. Ron Bizzle said the T-shirt's on fire. Yeah, these will be available, guys. Y'all asked for them. You know, I did put that regular Because I was waiting on the PDF or whatever to send to Teesprings, but now it's here. As soon as this live stream is over with, I'm gonna put these on there, man. These are the original boots on the ground. A guy, what's his name? Boom J, I believe. He sent me an email with a link. He said, Calvin, people all over the internet, these vloggers are using your boots on the ground now. He said, I never heard it before I heard you say it. And he sent me a link to some guy who travels over in Brazil and Colombia. I'll be damned. He said, boots on the ground. He said, man, get them t-shirts. He said, I'd hate to see somebody else profit off of it before you. Thank you, Boom J. But, honestly, boots on the ground is not my original words. But, I guess, as a blogger talking about, yeah, I'm here in the Philippines. That's what this means, because there's a lot of bloggers talking about the Philippines. They're not here. They're somewhere in America, some other place. Wesley Spink says, hope the good Lord see fit that I get to shake your hand someday, mister. Man, thank you, brother. Yeah, Derek. He said, boots on the ground is a military term. It is, but I just use it because I was in the military to let you know I'm not in some house in, Bardstown, Kentucky, talking to you about the Philippines with piped in roosters and stuff in the background, because people do that, man. I know guys on here that are doing that. Imagine piping in the rooster sounds and stuff to make you think that they're in the Philippines. Why would you do that, man? Oh yeah, Omar Freeman said, you hear about the brother that got killed in Colombia? I did, man. I'm looking. It was this morning when I really first heard about it. No, I heard about it a couple of days ago, but this morning I was trying to find it on YouTube. I'm gonna look more into it. I heard that he was trying to raise the rent or something, and he bought a rental place or something over there. You got to be careful, man. Remember, I know in the Philippines we're invisible, but you can do stuff like that to make you be seen. When you buy rental property and then you want to raise the rent. Yeah. But yeah, I heard about that, man. It was sad from what I was heard. Somebody said maybe the girl that he met online set him up. I really don't know. I'm going to get more information on it. Hey, China, he said, Gail's survival is a testament to the resilience of the Filipino people. They will have more blessings moving forward. We are one. Salamat. Yeah, China. Imagine that, man. I didn't grow up. I was 6 years old when my mother and father separated. They never got a divorce. He was in my life, but I didn't grow up in the same household as him. But I could put my finger on him anytime I wanted. And I can imagine, and I love my father, man. He was my idol all the way up to the day he died. And that's why my heart went out to Gail, But imagine, man, I was just walking out of baby Denise's that Spiders area, and I look and I was like, man, that looks like a sister. And of course, I backed up. I asked Meg. She said, brother, can you help me find my family, my father? I was like, wow, really? I mean, what am I supposed to do? I said, yeah. Well, it's family journey. He said, boots on the ground. I'm getting a shirt soon. All you need to do to that shirt is put a YouTube symbol on it too. Okay. I'm going to do that. Bobby G. Jason Flint said, guys and girls, hit the thumbs up button. Dusty Passport, he says, Calvin, can you travel to the Philippines if you have a child over 18? Somebody was saying that. I'm not sure. Is that 9A or 9B visa? I haven't looked into it, but it's something that I should. C. Wayne, the elephant in the room is young Filipinos who want to have kids with her foreign her husband. She doesn't want to be a caretaker for the inevitable old man. She'd like her life to have meaning. I don't know what you're talking about, C. Wayne, but if you're talking about Gail, she already has a boyfriend and a little daughter. And I don't know how that's going to work out if we cross the finish line, because we're right there, but we're not at the finish line. He's asking the wrong questions, really, the guy is. Is he the father? We don't know, but we're going to have those DNA results very soon. But we know he's the Gregory Mitchell that we were looking for. That was in the Philippines during the explosion of the Mount Pinatubo, and who laid down with Gail's mother. We know he's the one, but we don't know if he's actually the father. For some reason, when we sent that picture, he started talking to us, because at first, who is this? How'd you get my information? How'd you get my number? Boom. Ken Watson said, boots on the ground came from General Vonnie Warner during the Iranian hostage crisis in 1980. Yeah. See, that's the type of information I like. Kona Ranger said Biden is making his speech, his first address to the nation speech. He said Sunshine Shoulders is much more interesting. I won't touch that. Cornelius Hill said, what's up, Calvin? Good morning to you there, and good evening from here in Albany, Georgia. Yeah, in the USA. And there's another very touching moment about Gail and her father. I'm going to tell you something, man. It'll break the internet when he contacts her, because we want to do either some type of live, or we want it on camera, man, when they touch base for the first time. I mean, Hey, thanks, grants and fundraisers for kids and caretakers for the super chat. He said, hello, Calvin. Just the other day, we sent you an email with the hope that we can work with you to provide resources to families in the Philippines. I didn't receive it. Which one? Send it to me again. Cal Roach 1, CALROACH 1 at gmail.com. But I have to be real careful. I'm not a charity, and I don't want to, I just do this out of my own pocket, out of the goodness of my heart, because I can, from what I'm told, it's against the law. And there's a lot of people who would love to turn me in for really, doing something like that. But I don't fundraise. I don't do anything like that. I just take money out of my pocket and help struggling Filipinos. I do it indiscriminately most of the time. Every Friday, we have a spin wheel. We let it choose the winner. Have I helped people specifically before? Once or twice, and it almost got me in trouble. So I try to stay away from that. Brasilero Shelton said, Cal, I'm here with you and have the Biden address on TV. All right. Jason Kincaid said, just do you. Yeah. Vanjie Porras said, good morning, Sir Calvin. Yeah, we're going to deliver those groceries by 12 o'clock, Vanjie. I promise you that. She won, the raffle last night. She's one of the winners. That's how I help people, indiscriminately. I let the universe choose the winner. She says she really needs it. So, I got to get out of the way, because if I start trying to pick and choose who to help, we're all going to be in trouble. Ken Watson said, I much rather watch Calvin than Biden, because Calvin won't piss down my back and tell me it's raining. That's funny, Ken. Stephen Bryson says, hey, love your channel. Thank you for your responses to my questions. I watch all your videos from Oregon. Hopefully I will be in Moncton this October 18th, going to travel to College City for a week. Man, you're going to love College City. The more I go, the more I like it. But I'm going to tell you something. The traffic there gets bad at certain times. Sam Champion said, Calvin, all of the mainstream news medias love to do stories such as yours and Gail's. And that's what a Philippine My Paradise told me. He said, Calvin, he said, the newspapers, the television is going to be all over his story once you cross the finish line. And I'm like, I hope they do for Gail's sake, because maybe that'll speed up the process. Hey, Lynn, San Diego, thank you. She said, hi, Brother Calvin. What's up, sis, up in San Diego? Tumbleweed, thanks for the super chat. He says, why do you think we don't see videos about the northern Philippines? Sounds like a fertile field to me. I don't know, but, when you talk about the northern Philippines, I guess what you're talking about, like, way up there, because a lot of people don't go way up there. But I've got a friend, Philip Cooper. He lives in, I want to say, Candy City or something like that, way north of Angeles City, Pampanga, and all of that. He lives up there. I think even San Juan, La Union is way up there. They've got some channels. What's going on, Sal? Yeah, I'm good. The hardest working man in Chicago. Hit me up, man. I go to work. I go to sleep early. What's up, Don Ridgeway, my home boy from Kentucky? Yeah, Ron Bills, he said a gift is fine. And that's what I do. That's what I do. I give gifts. I don't want to get in trouble, man. Michael Morris, what's going on? Rome Wheel says Northern Philippines is Islamic State territory. I didn't know that. China says Good Samaritans are honored in the UK. Burdens have karma for those who at least thinking they have no problems in the world. Absolutely. Hey, thanks, JM, for that super chat. He said, big ups to you, big bro. Thank you, man. JLM, I'm inspired to bless a random family with a cart full of groceries, too. I mean, every little bit helps over here. That's what one of my subscribers told me. It's true, man. Terry Chipman, tuning in from Cabanca line. We were just there a couple of weeks ago on our way to Sapalai. I almost got left. I went to that Jollibee that you have in town there. Lynn San Diego 102 said, Calvin, you looking slim. Thank you. You know what? We got that air fryer, man. I haven't been using any of that old oil anymore. And that helps too. Don't make me roll after it. Said, what's up? What's going on, brother? Earl says the nitty-gritty gang sound off. Wells Family Journey says that's an interesting spin wheel you have set up. I like the way it works. Yeah. See, that way I have nothing to do with it. I just hit the button. That's all I do. And, I let the forces of the universe pick the winner. Then I'm out of it, man, because when I help baby Denise, oh, my God, the stares I would get, that's when I was getting all that email. Oh, they're going to turn you in. You're going to go, they're going to deport you and all that. And I said, wow, just for helping somebody. But, yeah, people get mad about it. Maurice Howard said the northern part is not under Islamic rules. I didn't think so. That's the first time I ever heard it. Hey, Wells Family Journey said to help out in your endeavors, don't stop boots on the ground. I'm going to keep it up. And we want to thank you. I took John and his girlfriend and my girlfriend. We went out to dinner the other night, man. I had the sisig, the pork sisig, man. It was delicious. John and his wife had something. We had the smothered French fries, man. They're delicious. I think it's chili on top and cheese. It's good. Yeah, Lynn San Diego 102 says helping people slippery slope indeed. It is when you specifically help people over here where the need is so great. And they're like, well, what about me? So eventually what I decided to do out of my own pocket, I promise you, man, I took everybody back there in the squatters era, and you can ask anybody that lives there, about 11 or 1,200 pesos worth of groceries. We delivered every box. Go on Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page. You'll see I did it because I didn't have no choice. He was that or they were going to hang my butt. Ron Will says, help my dad. Is the southern Philippines, yeah, where the Islamic insurgency is. Absolutely. And you're right. From my experience, I've never seen, but, of course, they've got, Muslims that live in San Carlos. Very few, though, but most of them, yeah, they are down south. But they don't bother you. Remember, they're Filipinos first before they're Christian, Muslim, or anything. Ron Bill said, Derek, that's correct, Mindanao. Yeah. Because they've got, believe it or not, they've got their own autonomous region now. One part of the Muslims do. The MILF, I think. But don't let me get started because I really can't. There's two, the Moro, and then, there's two factions there because they were all one and then they split off. Then you got all the rest. But yeah, some of them have an autonomous region that the government signed off on. China says, why do you think she had problems correcting the spelling of the name? That's when supervisors are needed to evaluate employee service. I don't know. What are you talking about, China? Give me some more information. Raising awareness, love power. Be careful with the pork. It will take you out. Yeah, man, I probably eat that once every other month. Yeah, Lynn, she says she's been busy working. I'm glad you working in this pandemic. A lot of people aren't. Be thankful for that. Sal said, how hot is it right there? Yeah, it's hot. It's really, really hot over here now. And then in May, come Saturday, it goes from hot to cooking. So if you want to come over here in May, just be warned. You better bring a air conditioning strap to your back. Yeah, right now. Stephen Bryson says, Moncton, not so far. Would love to meet you and buy you a coffee. Yeah, I love Moncton. I love Cebu. All that little area, man. Really. There's not many places I've been to in the Philippines that I didn't like. Earl said, he said hot to cooking. No, it's true. It's cooking over here right now. Rome Hill says, you know what? Places like Philippines and Indonesia are so autonomous to begin with, all the different islands. Their civilization be around long after America faced in history. Yeah, because see, this one Philippines that we know today came about. I've been doing my history over here, lessons, my research, doing the Spanish colonization, because all of these islands were separate. See, that's how all that stuff got started. The Muslims had their own territory down there. The Spanish came in and the Americans dividing all that stuff up. You know how we do. And that started all that problems, man. You know, they're like, hey, we've been having this land for years. You know, now all of a sudden you want to come in because the Spanish say, hey, Wesley Spinks, thanks for the super sticker. I really appreciate it, man. Hey, thanks, Levon Wright. Levon White, he says, hello, Calvin. I just completed building my raft. If I ride the correct ocean current, I should be there in a week. Man, that's if the bad guys don't get you first. They get a lot of people that be in boats. Don't come down here and want to go sailing and stuff, because they'll snatch you up in boats. But yeah, brother, I'm waiting for you, man. Sam Champion said, folks, if you want to know the temperature, just go to the weather app on your phone and enter the name of the location in the Philippines. Manila is usually hotter than other locations. Yeah, because of that, all that concrete, man. They cut down all the trees and everything. Oh, okay. China says, your will had a delay in payment because, yeah, a name was not correct with a person wanting you to do business online. Elaborate. Now, what happened was I didn't spell the name wrong. The people at the remittance place spelled the name wrong. So when the lady went to pick up the money, she couldn't do it because her name was spelled wrong. I went back, corrected it, and the lady got mad at me and won't speak to me, changed offices, told me that I should be, that I told my girlfriend, suggested that I should do my business online. I'm like, really? I mean, just to send some money that would cost 10 pesos, you want me to do all that? Because she didn't want to see my face, man. She told my girlfriend, I can't speak English. Blah. I don't even say anything when I go in there. She was hot. It's crazy, but because that's what I was telling you. Like, some people over here, they'll hold a grudge forever, man. You can't live it down. Tumbleweed said, Calvin, how much cash would you bring for a 3-month tour of the Philippines? Nice places, good food. I would bring at least, I'm going to say $1,500 a month. But if you can afford $2,000 a month for 3 to 4 months, you know, that's just a ballpark figure. Really. Okay. Lynn San Diego 1 or 2 says, I can see why you need every 6 months purging there because of dumbasses that will make you blow your top off, Calvin. It's absolutely true. And it's true, man. When you come over about every 6 months, you're going to blow your top. The man at that FedEx in Bacala City, he was this close, man. I was like, man, he's making me my 6-month purge come early. This guy did everything in his power not to do his job, not to help me. Imagine I'm sending a little bitty box that says exempt human specimen in it. He treated it like I was trying to send a pint of blood or a pint of plasma through the damn mail. And oh man, I was hot. Trust me. I was this close from being here to going off on him and getting deported. These are the type of situations over here, man. If you're a Westerner, because if I'm at home, man, it's no big deal. I'm saying, look, it's exempt. They're going to read it. Oh, okay. It's a damn little bitty small tube with probably, I'm going to say, according to the box, less than 1 milliliter. No, way less than that. Point something milliliter of a damn of saliva mixed in with the DNA liquid. And boy, this guy had me going. But you know, you will run into that. And about every 6 months, I blow my top and start all over. Oh wow, Demetrius Boy said I spent $5,000 in 1 month in English City and lived like a king. I'm not sustainable though. 2,000 is greater for 1 month. Yeah, I spent 7,000 in 2 months and lived like a king and did everything. But you know, when I got back home, I was really disappointed in myself. But my spending habits was the same here as they were at home. And so, yeah, you're right, man. Demetrius Boyd, you can spend that kind of money here because everything you see, you're going to be like, man, yeah, I want that. It's going to look like a deal. Rome Will says, yeah, keep your cool. That's good. You took your own advice. That's right. Because I learned, man, when I first came over here, see, that's the way you're going to tell a newbie from somebody that's been here for a while. They're blowing their top every 5 minutes. Their impatience is just deadly over here. Because, you know, in America, I can only speak for America, everything moves like this. You come over here, man, and you have to wait in a mile-long line for a taxi, or they'll tell you to take a number at a pharmacy. And not only are you on wait, but then 3 people have to touch the order before they give it to you. It would drive you crazy, man. I'm just saying. Ron Will said 1,000 and live like a king. Yeah, depending on where you are. There's a YouTuber. He's got a video, man. Somebody sent it to me. He's living off 300 a month. If the Filipino can do it, you can do it. Just depending on how you want to live. How, you know, what's your band, your lifestyle. Rory Bellamy says, Gail's a woman, a daughter to be proud of. Calvin's a real brother to bring her help. Good report. Thank you, brother. She is. She's a brilliant woman, man, by any standards. Demetrius Boy said everything looked cheap until I saw how much I spent on expensive hotels and bottle service and clubs. Absolutely. Everything looks cheap because we're doing that exchange rate in our heads. As a matter of fact, the exchange rate today is 48.42. It's staying at 48, which is good, guys. Don't get me wrong. It did go down from 53.8 when I got here in December 2018, but I'll take 48.42 because I've seen it go down as low as 41 something. Lynn San Diego 102. Now, this is a woman, she's a Filipino. She immigrated to America. She said, oh, hell yeah. Some Filipinos are mean as hell, and they power trip when they are behind a government desk. You know, like I said, you know, this guy did everything he could not to help me. And, man, I tell you, you know, what could I do? Is there a how to get people to help you school? Well, I gave it to you, China. It's called the 3 Filipino rule. You have to help. You have to ask 3 Filipinos really to get the answer you're looking for, whether it's where something's located, how to get somewhere, how to find somebody. Try it. It works. Hey, Carmen, what's going on? Lucius 81 said, Calvin, I'm just checking in. wanted to shout you out for that Gail video. I was at work trying to keep my thug face, and I almost had to leave, man. Many blessings, man. I promise you, man, when that guy called me, I welled up. I tried to hold it in, and then I got to thinking, wow, 30 years, man, it just came out, man. I started crying like a baby. I couldn't stop. Luckily, it was early in the morning. Everybody in here was asleep. So I called Gail immediately, man. We're balling, me and her. Really. So, yeah, my thug face was gone in a matter of seconds. Ron Will says you can work on your computer, get yourself a remote job doing something simple, just bringing free bucks. Absolutely. And they do that. A lot of guys. But, you know, the drawback to that is because of the time difference, Rome, you got to be up at night. I've got a friend lives in Bohol. He's one of my subscribers. He works from 10 at night to 6 in the morning. Well, hell, it's crazy. I didn't want to do that. Earl says, Dumagetti disciples sit down. Stephen Bryson says, have you been to Alangaland? I never heard of it, man. Rome Will says the 3 Filipino rule. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, the first one's not want to be bothered. The second one wants to help but don't really know the answer, and the third one is going to give you the answer. And see, I learned that down in Zamboanga, but it works all around the Philippines. P City says the country open for tourists yet? Not yet. Not for tourists. Certain people with certain visas can get in. And of course, you know, that's what I put down here. The United States has labeled the Philippines level 4. They said don't come here, you know, because of the COVID. And then they throw in the, you know, the rebel, you know, and all of that. But yeah, right now they're saying don't even come. Brian Nichols says Sacktown. Is that Sacramento? Oh, man, yeah. Ron Will says you put your barbershop in a place where Americans are congregating. Absolutely. Maybe near the military base. I was just thinking about that the other day. If you're a brother and you cut, anybody who knows how to cut a black man's hair, and you put up a barbershop in Manila, Cebu, in the Expat Alley, and you advertise, man, you're gonna make a fortune. I guarantee you, man, you're gonna make a fortune over here if you can do it. They say that there's one in Angeles City, you know, and the reason I say black men's hair because Filipinos, they can do a good. The reason I'm bald is because of a Filipino barber, guys. Do I have to tell y'all that story again? It was so funny, man. I'm down in Dumagetti. Me, my wife, my son, and the mother. Me and my son get a haircut. Actually, I sat in the wrong seat, really, because he hooked my son up. But he really has Filipino hair, the straight hair. I get there, you know, and the guy, you know, I already told him, I said, look, don't even mess with my line in the front. Just do here on the side, blah, blah, blah. You know, and my wife's on her phone. She's not watching because I tell her to watch. Man, this guy took my line way back here. I'm like this. I look like little Sambo, man, on steroids. And when I'm done, you know, I asked my wife, I said, how's it look? Because they didn't have no mirror. But the look on my son's face told me something was wrong. And I'm walking around. You know how you do when you get a haircut, you think you're looking good. And, man, we get to Jollibee, man, and I look at my reflection, man. If I'd had a gun, I'd have shot that barber. Man, my line was way back here like this. And I said, I'll never recover from this. So I just went on and cut all my hair off, man. And that was it, brother. Okay, go Kings, he said. Yeah, Kona Range, I'm seriously. Yeah, the Dumagetti disciples put in a word, you know, mess his line up. Because guys thought I was joking. I said, look, if you're a black man and you want a line, make sure you bring that line chalk and just, you know, trace it out so he won't go beyond that line. Because they've got good barbers. Jason Flynn said he had that slippery slope hairline. Man, I'm telling you, I had the worst line I've ever had in my life, man. And I'll tell you what, I just threw my hands up and cut it all off, man. JB's laughing. Y'all think it's funny, man, but when you get over here, you're going to have that experience. And I guarantee you, I'm not the only one. A shout out, Jeffrey from Clearwater, Florida. Yeah, he said I had a Stevie Wonder cut. I mean, this guy was really, you know, the way, you know, it feels on your head, it's like he's really doing a good job. Man, he messed me up to the 9th degree, guys. I never recovered. Erica Hubbard said, hey, Calvin, I'm going to take my retirement money in the next 6 years and move on down there. I tell you what, it'd probably be the best decision you ever made. You know, give yourself at least a year. Don't come over here and because you will find your sweet spot here. The Philippines is vast. It's diverse. If you move in one area and you don't like it, try something else. I would go to another island, though. I wouldn't go from, you know, Cebu to Mactan and think I'm gonna. If you don't like it in Cebu, you're not gonna like it in Mactan. But you may like it in Iloilo. You may like it in Bacolod City, Dumagetti. It's a lot of different places. Give yourself at least a year, guys. A Black Dollar says, Black Dollar Corporate Investment says my side is hurting, man. It's true, man. Levon White says the reason I don't have her in my pick is because a barber messed me up and told me I was going bald. I have a head full of hair, man. I know. Thanks for that super chat, Levon White. And that's what they'll do over there. They'll get slick with it. But he just didn't know. He didn't have no experience cutting a brother's hair, man. Freddie Sanders says it's a good thing I'm already bald. Because they've got good barbers over here. He just didn't know what to do. And man, good to see you, Carmen. She's over in Mexico. I love Mexico. I tell you what. Ron Will says, wow, 7,000 islands. Yeah. About 2,000, they say, is inhabited. The other is not. So that lets you know. That Lawakan Island, Lakawan Island, sorry. It was a deserted island. The powers to be, the people that got money, the elite, they went over there. They said, hey, they saw money in that, man. And whoever's idea that was, they're brilliant. You know, and it was a way, I guess, to give back to the locals, to the masses, because, man, they're doing a great job with that. Now, Zamboanga has the same thing. Saying Santa Cruz Island, but they can't develop it for obvious reasons. Tourists start coming there. Hell, the bad guys are going to have a field day. You know, they'll be like a kid in a candy store snatching people. But they've got the same type of island now. They opened it up, but hell, you got to take a police escort and all that. It scares you right there. Stephen Bryson says, thanks for that super chat. He said, love your content. Man, thank you, man. I love you back, brother. I mean it. Gregory Irvin Fegan said, no politics zone. Yeah. Time is super happy for that. Absolutely. And that's what I love about the Philippines. They do not argue politics over here. They don't care who you vote for. Half of them get paid for their vote anyway over here. So it's not like they're voting with their heart. They're voting with their pocket. Yeah, and they don't hide it, guys. When I was in the province, they will come there to every house and give you whatever it is they're giving you. I promise. In Iloilo, it's a little place I was in Iloilo, trust me, they gave every registered voter there 500 pesos. That's a lot of money, guys, over here. Hey, Lee King, thanks for that super chat, man. I mean, super stick. I really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, they vote with their pockets, man. They don't vote with their heart over here. Jason Flint said, and Lee King, big dog. Yeah, Lee King, he's a brother. He lives up in Luzon, man. He's been here for a while. How many years you been here, Lee? Bless us with that. Jamon Johnson says, yeah, over 7,600 islands for the Philippines. You couldn't visit all of them in a lifetime. Yeah. But this Lakawan Island, I don't care where you come to visit. You take your girl there or your partner or whoever it is, or you go by yourself, man. Trust me. Thank me later, man. You need at least a week there to fully appreciate it. I was just so close to it, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to check it off my My bucket list, man, it's a place, man. I could live there. That's how nice it is. Craig Jordan said, now that's what I call a stimulus check. Y'all crazy. Patrick Guion, that is called Philippine democracy. Y'all crazy, man. Earl says that Lee King, Long Money Lee. Now, he's a good brother. He's legitimate, man. Leave Lee alone, man, really. Trust me, his help and support of Sunshine Shows, I really, really appreciate it. I'm telling you, man. But back to that question, he says, Ennis Montgomery said, was John serious about being too big for the Filipina? John was serious, and you're going to run into that. One of my subscribers said, and ladies, close your ears to hear this. He said he pulled his pants down, and the Filipina ran out of the hotel room. It's true, man. He did. And, you know, James Land said Calvin got joked. No, man. Rome Will said, what are the popular sports over there? Well, basketball is number one. Chicken fighting is a close 1A. It may be 1A. You know, rooster fighting, cock fighting. I'm sorry. They love, let's see, basketball. You know, soccer is getting popular here, but tennis, really, really big. Volleyball is huge here. I forgot. Sorry to leave that out. Especially women's volleyball. It's like the NBA in America. These women are celebrities. They're superstars, and they recruit them from all over the world, Africa, Brazil. They come over here, and they become larger than life. Absolutely. Boxing. Sorry, a Kona Ranger made me remind you. Boxing, MMA is big. If you're in Cebu, pre-pandemic, you can bear witness to this. Every Friday, man, they'd have boxing at the Waterfront Hotel, man. It was big. For about 250 pesos, man. I mean, good boxing. And now they got MMA up in Manila. Yeah. Ram Jam Rock says, Calvin, she ran from the hotel because she was suffering from sticker shock. That's funny, man. Yeah, Rome Will, women's volleyball. I mean, it's big. I watch it on television. I never used to watch it, man, but it's good. Oh, yeah, Rudy, thank you. He said, I forgot badminton. Yeah, it's a big. Especially, I mean, in China, it's really, and over in Asia, it's a real sport, man, but it's not as fast-paced, but they're just as skilled as tennis players, man. To hit that thing like that, and they're closer to each other. But tennis is really, really big here, guys. Max Brand said, not to change the subject, do you have monkeys around there? At Cubic Point, back in the early 80s, they throw rocks at us when we came back from a longer boat party. Yeah, especially when you go through those mountains from here to Bacolod, there's wild monkeys in there, my girlfriend told me. But also there's a monkey where they rescue monkeys not far from here, maybe 30 minutes from here, that you can go and visit in there. It's true. Ron Will says, can you legally bet? Yes. On the cockfighting, yes, you can. Ebony Riley said you should have someone type up for you for your information list and things to do list. Absolutely. And sometimes I try to, I made a video about that too one time, but see, I know that 95% of 95% of my subscribers are men. Viewers are men, and you know, they didn't come over here to watch a badminton match. You know, but you're exactly right. It's so much to do over here, but they're not going to do. They're not even going to scratch the surface of it. Most of them are going to spend their time, like me, on a beach resort somewhere with a beautiful woman beside them. between the beach and the hotel room. So I just try to keep it real, you know. And that's probably why I forget about a lot of the great stuff. But if you're an expat, you're eventually going to do it. Jason Flint, man, said, man, I'm not visiting some monkeys. They would steal my glasses. Oh, man. Rudy says, oh, there are new things called sipper where you use your feet with a ball, no hands. I never seen that, Rudy. Ron Will says, are solar panels and generators a thing over there, Calvin? Yeah, we got a big solar farm, one of the biggest in the Philippines, and one of the few that's generating power, but it benefits the electric company, not the regular people. So we don't benefit from it. Thanks for that super chat, Lamont Smith. He says, salute, Calvin. I seen the video on Gail. That one had me crying like a 2-year-old. Bless you, brother. That was life-changing for her. Keep doing that good work, brother. Thank you, man. I'm going to tell you, I was just a vessel. The brother in the military-industrial complex, he broke the case, guys, and I'm going to give him the credit. We put everything together for him to break the case. He broke it, though. I mean, it's something that one guy said they need to make a movie out of it. It really is. If you go back and you get the details and how everything's unfolding, it's true, man. It could be a lifestyle movie. You know, I wouldn't put it on the big screen. But I thank that guy from the bottom of my heart because, man, I'm going to tell you, as much as I love my viewers and subscribers, I've got a small channel. And for us to be able to do that, it's nothing short of a miracle, man, really. Imagine to find that guy. Do we know if it's her father? We don't know. DNA will bear that out. But this is the Gregory Mitchell we've been looking for, man. What's the odds of that, guys? Probably they're not even measurable of us finding him. That's why he's so shocked. He's asking the wrong questions. Instead of asking, how's my daughter? How's my granddaughter? How can I help y'all move forward? He's asking, hey, how did y'all find me? You know, he's shocked. Thanks, James Lyons, for that super chat. He said, Brother Calvin, if we can't have weapons, can we carry pepper spray? I need some type of protection from the animals. I would say, yeah. I would say, but I'm telling you, man, it's a slippery slope. I would rather pick up a stick. But the dogs over here don't bother you for some reason. I've never had a confrontation with a dog over here. Not in, a dog form. Really. But that's something I would check into. But that would be considered a weapon over here. Foreigners, we can't have any weapons at all. Hey, Demetrius, boy, thank you for the super chat. He said, my barber in AC cut better than my barber in Guam in Atlanta. Name is Soy De Jesus on Facebook. And it's T-liner clippers and the black man signature styles poster on the wall near ABC Hotel in Angeles City. See, that's what I heard. They have good ones in Angeles City. Thank you, Demetrius. See, that's the type of information I want on my channel. Because we need that type of information. I needed that. Trust me. When I got over here and I was in Cebu, I would have caught a plane to Angeles City just to have my hair cut right. But it didn't happen, man. James B says, do they have big box stores like Costco and Sam's Club there? I heard they do in certain areas, Manila, Cebu. I think it's called, what? Somebody help me out. Is it SRS or something? But they've got gigantic malls over here. The biggest malls you've ever seen. Some of the biggest in the entire world. Okay? And you're going to love them over here. People go there, just to window shop. Filipinos do because free air condition. My favorite one is SM Seaside in Cebu. They've got a real park on the roof, man. You can go up there, drink coffee, eat ice cream, let your kids play in the on swing and everything. They got a water sprinkler, and you can look out over the city. I mean, Thank me later for that. Yeah, SNR. Thank you, CC777. SNR, not SSR. I love the China. Robinson's Mall. Yeah, Robinson's Mall, SM Mall, Ayala. But they got some of the biggest malls. They got a new Robinson Mall in Cebu. It's huge. While our malls are rusting and falling down in America, they're building just huge, humongous malls. And I asked the guy who was in real estate, I said, why are they building all these malls? No one's really buying it, because when you go in the stores, you'll see, unless it's the department store or the grocery store, most of the stores are empty. He said, Calvin, the developers do it for the rent. These stores are going to keep opening and renting those spaces in there. And I said, oh, man, it makes a lot of sense. Craig Jordan says, what's the current population of the Dumagetti disciples? I don't know, but it's growing, man. And I wouldn't let them deter you from going to Dumagetti, because it's one of my favorite places, man. I love Dumagetti because that Let the Good Times Roll network is fading out, man. It's more diverse people coming to the Philippines now than that Let the Good Times Roll network, man, and they just gonna have to get used to it. Hey, Timothy Bright, just logged on. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, China said SNR is a members club like Costco in the USA. You're right. James Lyon says, kill all the dogs. But these dogs don't bother you for some reason. I don't know why. Earl says Dumagetti disciples population, too many. Yeah, I mean, I really didn't even know they were even on the radar. They put themselves on the radar to me by coming out to me, telling me that I don't have an opinion. I don't have a perspective. I need to be quiet. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm telling you, more people come over the Philippines than you guys. Okay? I'm sorry. Sam Champion said, folks, the beer is not the same in each province. Even from the same company, San Miguel is not the same as what I was used to in Olongapo City. Man, every place you go, and I'm glad you brought that up, in the Philippines, everything's going to be different at these places. Remember, this one Philippines came about during the Spanish colonization. Before that, every island was separate. They had their own language, own traditions, own cultures. When you go to each city, the tricycles are going to look different. Everything's going to be different. We ate some adobo in Lakawan Island. It tastes different than the adobo in Iloilo City, the adobo in Cebu. There's some places, believe it or not, guys, in the Philippines, where my girlfriend does not understand the language. I'm like, what are they saying? She said, I don't know either. It's true. Max Brand said it's all in the sauce. It's true. Like in Visayas, in the Cebu, they use more vinegar. In Iloilo, it's sweeter. It's different. In Lakawan Island, it was drier. In the northern Negros Occidental, it was drier. Craig Jordan said, 3 of them have their thumbs down the live stream. I guarantee you, it's the Dumagetti disciples thumbing me down. But don't let them deter you guys. I promise you, you're going to love Dumagetti, especially at night. Go down by that boulevard, man. You're going to love it. And it's just a welcoming place, man. I get a good feeling. I don't care if I fly in there, I ride the boat, or I ride a bus. The minute I get off in Dumagetti, you just get that feeling that, I'm welcome. It's a big, small town, man. And you're going to enjoy it. And then remember, it's only a 35-minute fast crop ride from Siquijor Island. The locals don't go here. They're so superstitious. You don't have anything to worry about. The only tourists you're going to see over there are Swedish people, and they live there. They learned about Siquijor Island a long time ago, and they said, hell, we found paradise. We're not leaving. Boom J, good morning, Calvin and family. Thank you. Look, Boom J. And then I've got, I told him about the email I got from you. I just got the PDF. I'm sending it to Teesprings right after this. These shirts will be available because he told me, he said, man, I'm hearing it all over the internet now when I never heard it before. He said, Calvin, make some shirts. I'd hate, he said, I know imitation is flattery, but I hate to see somebody take advantage of something recreated and made popular, man. And thank you, Boom J. He sent me a good email today, and that's what keeps me going, guys. For every hater, there's 500 Boom J's. If some guy was talking about Brazil and Colombia, it's all in he's calling it boots on the ground now in Brazil or whatever, As long as he's helping people, I don't care. Jerome Morgan said, I think it's cool that the people are a blend of Europe, Black, Pacifica, Hispanic, or Arab, Chinese looking people. It reminds me of the Caribbean. The Philippine people are so diverse and beautiful. Absolutely, Jerome Morgan. I couldn't have said it better. And that's what's going to shock you. Look, I can go to the market right now in San Carlos City, little place like this, and you're going to see Filipinos that look like Mexicans, those little short Mexicans. And then you're going to see some that look like my mother, that look like light-skinned sisters. Then you're going to see some that are white. You're going to see some my color. You're going to see them tall. They're diverse, man. There is no one Philippines. It's like Africa. I keep saying it, but it's true. It's just as diverse. Africa's a continent. The Philippines is so spread out. It's not as big as Africa, obviously, but it's just as diverse, man. The languages, the cultures, the people, it's going to shock you. I'm going to tell you something. When people say, oh, are you affected by the typhoons in the Philippines? This will let you know that people really don't know anything about the Philippines because all parts of the Philippines are not affected by typhoons, just a very small fraction of the places. Now, you'll get the remnants of it, the leftovers, the rains and the high winds and waves, but we don't get typhoons here. They had one typhoon, the lady said 25 years ago, But yeah, the Philippines is, man, it's very diverse, man. Hey, Max Brown, he said the nitty gritty game. Thumbs up, guys. Come on. Y'all know it helps me. Max Brown said t-shirts. Yeah. Gary T says, what is the latest on the building of your new house? Well, on Saturday, Gary, we're going to have the survey done. It'll be ready Monday. I'm going to start. See, I don't want to start right now and not have the right dimensions. Even though the owner gave us, she said, no need to have it surveyed again. I just had it done. No. I'm sorry. We got to do it, So once they do that and we have it in our hand, then I'll probably have the fence. I'm going to walk through with the engineer, let him tell me, can I put up my fence first? What do you want me to do? Is there anything I have to do with the dirt? But yeah, Monday I should know a lot. Good question, Gary T. But you never told me where you are. You in San Francisco, Gary? I want to shout you out the proper way. Yeah, Lynn San Diego says the east coast of the Philippines is not affected by typhoons, but the eastern Visayas region is. Tacloban City, Samar, yeah. If you're like dating somebody there and you're going to visit somebody there, please watch the weather. Because I was in Ormoc City and the Airbnb I was staying, they told me, they said, Calvin, don't go all the way back to Cebu to extend your visa. Go to Tacloban City. It's only going to take 5 minutes, which it did because nobody's there. But watch the weather before you go. Man, y'all know what happened to Tacloban City, man. I mean, it was literally wiped off the map by that the Typhoon Yolanda. It's like, man, if you want to see the resilience of the Filipino people, go visit Tacloban, man. Those people are still rebuilding 8 years later. I mean, you can see it. People will talk to you about it. They'll give you their version and then the media version. The media version says 7,000 people died. The people said, no, it's more like 25,000. Sorry. They said, no, the family in Tacloban was not affected. You know, somebody died. I mean, even Americans died in there. That surge that came afterwards is what killed so many people. They called it a tsunami. It was a surge from the water. You know, because when you go there, it's going to trip you out. The land is even with the water, man. Scary looking, man. I was in the tricycle. I'm riding. I mean, the water's right next to you. And you're like, no wonder so many people died here. You know, where are you going to run to when that big surge came in? There's nowhere. The lady said her clothes was knocked off of her. Lady I was talking to. She said it was so bad that she spent weeks in a shelter with no change of underwear, no bras, no feminine products, nothing, guys. It was bad, man. And a lot of the money that was sent over here, man, was misappropriated, man. I hate to say it. But she said that to me. I saw it with my own eyes. I'm like, where's the billions and billions of US dollars, not pesos, that was sent over here to help this place? It's nowhere to be seen, man. Hey, Michael Cosby, good to see you, man, on here. Hey, Mr. Chaos, he said, what's up, guys? Family called alive. Let's see. Oh, yeah, James B said, any good barbecue restaurants there? Man, in the Philippines, absolutely. You go to AA Barbecue, wherever they are in the Philippines. I always go to the one in Cebu because that's where I found out about AA Barbecue, man. It's so delicious. They got the, you know, the live seafood and fish and everything there, chicken. You pick out what you want. You get it up to the counter, and then you tell them how you want it cooked. Do you want it grilled? Do you want it fried? Do you want barbecue? What do you want? And, man, it's the best I've ever tasted over here. AA Barbecue. Robert Stewart, 9071. Thanks for that help and support, Robert. He says, you may not want the glory, Cal, but you and the other folks who help fully deserve it. Truly deserve it. Thank you, brother. Like I said, I'm just thankful, Robert, to be a part of it, man. To be able to have made that happen. To find this guy, is he the father? We don't know, but, man, it's like finding a needle in 10,000 haystacks. He is shocked. That's the question he wants to know. How did y'all find me? See, because one of my comments was, man, it's such a common name. How did you find him? And I said, that's what he wants to know. Yeah. China says they're candy and pastries without sugar, like sugar-free cookies and sugar-free candy. Yeah, it is over here. But remember, the Philippines, they love sugar. You know, they got some of the biggest sugarcane fields on the planet over here. You know, sugar used to be the king over here until prices fell. But they still got, you know, it made a lot of people rich over here. I love the China said, I love Filipino barbecue. Yeah. Now, it's different from, now, when you go to AA Barbecue, this is really, they got the real grills and stuff. Now, you can buy the barbecue off the street. You're going to see that all over. Now, if you're going to eat that, if you're going to patronize the street people, make sure they cook it all the way, guys, or you're going to ask for trouble. And that's what I always tell them, look, man, go, keep on, because they want to hurry up and cook it so they can cook somebody else's order. Because usually it's a line of people waiting. You say, no, it's okay, I can wait. Let man cook some more. TLM said, good evening, bro. Good to see you still holding it down and keeping it real. Thank you, brother. Yeah. One of my subscribers said, Calvin, to be honest with you, when I first saw you, he said, I thought you were going to be like a lot of those other guys. They burn out and they're off the scene in 2 to 3 months. Now, I'm here to stay, man. As long as my vlogs and videos can be helpful and they're useful, I'm going to be here. And then if I'm not that, I turn into a tourist guide. I'm here to stay. I'm going to help the new man and woman coming over here in any way I can because we need it. The Philippines is so diverse, it's so vast. You don't want to come over here with no information, man. Jerome Morgan said, I miss the Bico Express, man. That's one of my favorites. It's spicy. It's like a soup, like it's made with, you can make it with chicken or pork. And, you know, they put that coconut milk in it. It's delicious, man. You know, I like the barbacoa over here. Okay, Sam Champion says, Calvin, if you can get the meats, you've got lots of barbecue sauce coming your way soon. I appreciate it because a lot of the barbecue sauce over here is homemade. It's sweet, but you don't know. I think they're using that. It's a type of sugar over here you don't want to use. I mean, you don't want to eat. It's not really sugar. It's some type of sugar additive. It's bad for you in large portions. And that's what they use. They call it magic sugar or something over here. And that's what they use in the coconut juice and the Kool-Aid and stuff that they sell on the streets. Stay away from that, guys. TLM said, yeah, you definitely get sick from half-cooked food. That's why 50% of Philippines have parasitic worms inside of them, because they're eating half-cooked food from the barbecue grills on the street, guys. 50% of people over here. James B says, he's the father. The local media will swoop down on you. It's a story that will get a lot of attention. Absolutely, and I hope so for Gail's sake, because it'll speed up the process, man. It's a big story, really, and especially for a little channel like me to be able to break that with the help of us. You know, like I said, I give the credit to the brother working in the military-industrial complex, but he's part of the Sunshine Shoulders crew, so the NTZ. So, you know, it's a big story, man, because this lady was going to languish in squatters' hell, you know, had she not met me. And like I said, I didn't know if I could really help her. But thanks to you guys, man, I promise you, man, I couldn't have done it, man. You know, it just goes to show you the strength in numbers, man. This is what we need. The world is better today, promise you guys, for what we did for Gail. Thanks, James, for that super chat. He said, Calvin, you teach men not to be gullible. Certain people don't like that. Yeah. And, well, you know, you're right, James. And, you know, certain people just don't like me teaching people nothing. They're saying, you know, you ain't got no opinion. You ain't got no perspective. They bring in that old boy network from over there over here. We're not going to take it. We're not going to stand for it. This is the Philippines. This is why we come over here, because you enjoy a freedom here away from all of that you can't enjoy anywhere else in the world. I don't care who you are, because guess what? We don't vote. We don't pay taxes over here. We don't have any say-so in the daily goings on of this place. So, man, that affords you a freedom that you can't even acknowledge till you get over here. You're like, man, I can do anything I want over here, and nobody cares, long as I respect the people, the culture, and the law. So, yeah, James, but some people are like, man, you know, this paradise is reserved for us. Well, I'm sorry, it's not. I'm telling you, it's not. CC777 said, watch what you eat. I got severely sick and was hospitalized, especially at restaurants. The ice is definitely a no-go. You're right. Make sure everything is cooked thoroughly. I couldn't have said it better, man. You know, you're right. Yeah, be careful, man. Tell them you don't want ice in your Coke, in your water, because, you know, especially don't buy it off the street, because all they're doing is taking it out of the faucet and freezing it. You know, that's how they make money over here. You know, you're going to need ice over here. Smoky Mountain Modeler said, helping Gail is the butterfly effect, Calvin. Spreads out all over the world. That's absolutely true, man. I mean, I'm so proud of my viewers and subscribers, man, for doing that, man. I mean, imagine from the moment I did that first video, you guys went to work. I mean, I was getting emails and chats every day. Is this him? Is this him? Y'all never stopped until we found this guy. Imagine that. Then a guy said, you may have found your calling. He said, you could do that to keep the haters off your back. I'm not studying the haters anymore. I'm not even going to give them any airtime anymore. But you're right. As far as, maybe, if somebody brings that to me and we can help them, we can help them. We will, because, man, we found that guy. He's shocked, man. He is really shocked. James Lyon says, the Good Old Boy Network has relocated to the Philippines. Same old song. Yeah, but I'm sorry. Excuse my language. That shit played out in the 60s. We ain't going to take it over here. You come over here with that stuff, man, you going to get your ass handed to you, man. We're not putting up with that stuff. We escaped all that to come over here. We enjoying a good freedom over here where we got a brotherhood. Everybody coming together. Black, white, Asian, Indonesian, Indian, man, all of it. Chinese, man, we building a brotherhood, a network, man. We're going to run over top of you with that over here. We don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. Mac Ben says, Southern barbecue at your beck and call. They said that they got a hell of a restaurant up in Anglees City, man. I'd like to check it out, but of course, you can't do that. Wesley Spink said, would you say the field is like America in the 60s and 70s? Yeah, I'd have to go back even farther, man. I'd have to say the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, man. Where everybody knows everybody. Where you can go next door and get a stick of butter until you can make it to the store. You try that. In America, I promise you, man, I didn't even, and I love my country. But I tell you, it hurt me to my heart that I had to leave to be happy. People say, oh, you bash America. No, I don't. I just try to tell you how it contrasts living here than there. And that's one of the reasons, man. Yeah, it's like the 40s. It's gonna really warm your heart when you and your partner get in the taxi and she or he's going to start talking to the taxi like they've been knowing each other for years. Same way that used to happen in my neighborhood. The woman down the street would whoop your behind if you did something wrong. She definitely going to tell on you. That's how it is over here. I saw, the conductors on the bus. Guess what they do? If a woman's got packages, they get off the bus, they help her, they carry the packages for her. And when she gets off, man, that kind of stuff, man, it does something to me because I ain't seen it in a while. James Lyon said, I saw a Filipina in a Dixie bikini. Yeah, they don't know what that stands for. Probably their boyfriend doing that. Yeah, they don't know any better, man, over here when they do stuff like that. But don't be fooled. Filipinos aren't stupid, okay? What they'll do is they will start whatever you into, they're going to be into. See, and a lot of that happens in America. You'll see it. They act like they're afraid of you. And I'm like, why are you afraid of me? Do you know your history, lady? I think you better know your history. But we don't bring in stuff on my channel. But, when they brought it to me, I said, hey, we're not going to put up with it. TLM said, sorry for asking him, bro. No, you ain't got to be sorry. He said, any word the Philippines open tourism this year. Well, here's what they did say, TLM. They said they're going to concentrate their efforts on bringing herd immunity to the NCR or that Metro Manila area, that National Capital Region, by October, November of this year. Will that allow for travel? I don't know, really, but that's Filipino time. If they're talking October, November, it's probably December, January. Then the year's over. And then remember, the Philippines already put it out there. They're going to do it by region. They're going to let the people in who live in countries that have had success, containing the virus. The United States hasn't had success, but we've got the vaccine, so that may help. But need I remind you again, guys, and I don't know why people can't believe this. It's domestic tourism that's the backbone of the industry over here, not international. Only 8.2 million people visited the Philippines in 2019. Imagine there's 110 million people here. If you just say A third of them, because the Filipino lives for the weekend, guys. You don't believe me. You see that Lackawanna Island, it was packed. Yeah, if they just open that up, that's going to start this economy cooking again, so they can take their time in allowing international tourists to come because of the domestic tourists. He said, hope we can link up once I make it there. Absolutely, man. I'm going to have a meet and greet every so often, man, because I want to meet you guys, man. Really, Jason Kincaid said, man, you should have more, because I'm green on YouTube. He said, you need more live streams, at least 3 a week, so you can get to know your people, man. They can get to know you. And that's some of the best advice I received. He's true. Because some of these guys, I really consider my friends now. Hey, Rod Yates, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pass you over. He said, I miss Candler Own City. The people are so friendly and welcoming there. Yeah. And believe it or not, Rod, and he can bear witness to this. Man, that's MPA country up there. But nobody bothered him. They welcomed him. That's a mountain region up there. It's really mountainous, but the people are so great because the MPA, they really don't have a problem with you. They're not going to bother you. They're not going to kidnap you or anything like that. They're like freedom fighters, really, but by the time the media gets a hold of them, and I'm not taking their side or anybody's side. I'm just telling you what they are, what they consider themselves. But the media is going to make them into terrorists. But yeah, where his girlfriend is, where he spent 2 weeks, and he'll bear witness, nobody bothered him. That's NPA country up there, man. Okay, Timothy Bright says, I'm going to go get a battery charge and some Honey Nut Cheerios to be back. Gary T, if you have a chance to get the COVID vaccine, would you take it? Absolutely, I'm going to take it. I'm going to be in the front of the line, Gary. Rod Yates said I was boots on the ground up there. I know you was. I saw your picture. Craig Jordan said fresh vegetables more expensive than meat at certain times. No. Now, no, because you put at certain times. I tell you what's expensive. Mangoes over here can get expensive. It can get just as expensive as chicken. So yeah, you're right, because it's in season over here, and you'll learn what's in season, what's not, and that's what you want to buy really, if you on a budget. Because yeah, you're right. But if you like seafood, man, that seafood is cheap over here, especially their shrimp and their prawns and their. I don't know if you really like clams and stuff like that, man. It's delicious though. I love it. I've gotten used to it. New One says, to Cloven and Bacallet are my stomping grounds when I'm in the fields. Ha ha ha. I want to come home. Yeah. See, and these are two places that are really off the radar for most tourists. They never go there. Because most tourists, they go to Palawan, Bohol, they'll go to Boracay, they'll go to Manila, Cebu, and all them places. But they don't go out, to Cloven, Bacolod City, Iloilo City, but they should. Michael Cosby said it may be until the first of the year before international travel is available. But now's a great time to get prepared and to learn a lot in these chats. Right. And that's what I say. You're exactly right, Michael Cosby. Save your money. Start developing those good habits to bring over here, because you're not going to have an epiphany over here right away about changing your life. So start changing it now. Get in shape now. Save your money. Learn what you can. So when you get over here, your time's going to be more enjoyable and above all things safer. See, because if you come over here to retire, man, I'm going to tell you that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to get rejuvenated when you come to the field. It's going to rejuvenate you. I don't know why. I gave my theory, the sun, the women, the diet, and getting active, but I don't know why it is. But men and women only think they come here to retire, but really, you get rejuvenated, man. I've been rejuvenated. I can do anything a 30-year-old man can do, but be 30. A guy sent me, one of my subscribers from Singapore, sent me some natural Viagra. Guess what my girlfriend said? You don't need that. I'm 57. He said, you don't need it. I said, well, I want to try it for him to give him a review. He wants me to give you some, John. He also sent us some collagen, because he's a good friend. He's become a good friend. I'm going to try it and give him an honest review to help him, because I'm going to tell you the supplements and stuff over here is a whole lot better than there. With my, like I said, with the sunshine, my woman, my diet and supplements and my exercise, man, I'm rejuvenated. Gary T said over 17,000 subscribers. Great job. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. God bless you, Mr. Calvin. Thank you, Gary. Where are you from, Gary? New One said the slower pace, absolutely. Less to no stress. Absolutely. CC777 says, I have less than 3 years before I retire and heading over there. This is another option, guys. It's not just Brazil, Colombia, Mexico, the DR. You better put the Philippines on there. You better come over at least a month and do an exploratory trip, man, because you may be kicking yourself. I can say this, compared to those other places, you're not going to find another place on the planet with the cost of living and the standard of living. You get both of them over here. You can live just as good over here than you living in America in certain places for a whole lot less, guys. Mac Ben says, I can't lie, my barbecue is some of the best I've ever had. If you over here and we bought a little grill, you can do your own barbecuing, guys, just like you would at home. And yeah, they have vegans over here. Whatever is over there, they have over here. Remember, the Philippines, they look to America for a lot of things. And that's one. James B said, herbs from the province may be better than Viagra. This is something natural. He says it's not Viagra, but it has the same Viagra effect. I'm just afraid that, I'm from the old school. I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't break it. But I'm going to try it just to give him a review. See? King Arthur said, checking in from San Diego, love your t-shirt, Cal. Yeah, man. I have them on my Teesprings, guys. And it's just a way for you to support me. I don't put those prices, because that's one of the way they bash me. Oh, he's selling $33. No, the t-shirts aren't $33. I'm sorry, but whatever it is, I don't put it because if it was up to me, I tell them to you for cost. Ken Watson said, please don't give any to John. He will have women screaming in the streets of St. Carlos. Now, John's girlfriend watches him closely. He better not do anything. Yeah, Smoky Mountain Model said not to mention English spoken there, Calvin. English. Yeah. TLM said just try to eat healthy. Too many family medical issues. And see, that's one of the things that's going to help you over here. A lot of fresh foods and vegetables and better eating is going to be available to you here. You're not going to have a lot of your comfort foods like you do at home. And you're going to find yourself, man, I lost 30 pounds. And I still wear a 3X. This shirt is a 2X, and you see how snug it is on me. I need a 3X. Look at this. I can't put my arms in it, really. Mac Ben says the pit you use a big part of it, though. You don't want to use a flimsy pit like a little smoky. They trash. Yeah, you're right. Brick says Ecuador is pretty awesome, too, Cal. Talk a little about drinking water over there. Wells, bottled water, showers. Okay. Now you definitely don't want to drink out of the faucet. Now, if you go in the province and they're getting water out of the well, I wouldn't even do that either. But a lot of people drink that and they don't have any problem. They do have filtered water. They have filtered water stations over here. That water's good. That's what I drink every single day for years and years. Never had any problem. And of course, bottled water. Your showers, you can buy a small hot water heater if you want to and have it installed in your house. But most of the places, now hotels they'll have them. But most places you go to, like to these beach resorts, they're not going to have them. But you're not going to need it, guys. The water's going to be lukewarm to kind of cool. you're not going to need it, guys. And sometimes the water is hard. So when you take a shower, you're going to need a good lotion and definitely Vaseline for your feet and your hands and your knees and elbows because it's going to dry your skin out. Big Gun 231, thanks for that super chat. He said, I seen your video about that young Filipino finding her dad, and that was a powerful video. Good work. And thank you, brother. You know, and like I said, I give credit to everybody associated with my channel. We put all that together, and it made that happen, man. You know, I'm never going to take credit for that. Really, the brother in the military-industrial complex, he broke that case wide open. We laid the groundwork, and he broke it wide open, man. Like I said, he did such great work that the guy is shocked. Like, how did you find me? Who gave you this information, see? And, you know, that's just how it is, man. And, you know, I hate to say it, but it's sad. He's asking the wrong questions. James Samuel said, I've been watching Calvin for a couple of months, and I like this show. Sometimes he makes me laugh, especially when he talks about the old days when we were teens. Yeah. Especially the music. See, you're going to like that over here. You're going to hear that same music you listen to in our teens. And you're probably going to see some of them clothes, too, people wearing over here. Because the Okai is big over here. They take them clothes. Lord knows where they get them from. And they be over here. You'll see some stuff you ain't seen in a long. Imagine Jordache jeans. When the last time you see them? They're over here in the Okai. But they'll cut them off and make shorts out of them. You're going to see stuff like that, man. And, you know, but it's the Philippines, man. Believe me. But one thing you're going to see over here, guys, and I'm going to just beg you not to laugh. You're going to see people wearing shoes that's 2 and 3 sizes too big, especially when you go to the grocery store, the department store. I mean, it's going to make you want to scream. You're going to be screaming with laughter on the inside, but try to hold it in, guys, because I'm going to tell you, man, it's the funniest thing you ever want to see, but you got to understand that these are good people doing the very best they can under some trying circumstances. But that's one of the funniest things you're going to see. You're going to see a little guy, maybe, you know, he might be 5'3". He's going to have on some size 11 or 12 shoes, and, you know, it's going to be crazy funny, man. But don't laugh, guys. James B says, do you follow NFL football over there? Yeah, I do. And remember, I say, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, but really, the Cleveland Browns are in Baltimore, guys. I hate to tell y'all that. Now, I don't want to bust anybody's bubble. That's the Cleveland Browns I follow. I'm from the old school, man. You know, it's Cleveland Brown team that's in Cleveland now. They're just a new franchise, and I can't root for them. So I root for Baltimore. And then they've got my home, you know, the Lamar Jackson. He went to college and played college football at the University of Louisville, my hometown. So, you know, that's it. But yeah, guys, I'm going to have to get off here. Thanks, TLM, for reminding me. He says I'm out because we got a lot of running around to do. I had a raffle last night. The young girl's going to come and get this bicycle, and then 4 people won 1,000 pesos worth of groceries. We got to go get that and deliver that. We said we were going to do that by 12. So thanks, everybody, for your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up, just for all your love, your kindness, your generosity on my channel, for us coming together, helping Gail and the many, many others we help, and we're going to help in the future. Mac Ben said, you petty talking about the shoes. No, man, I'm just warning you guys. You're going to see some stuff over here going to make you laugh, but don't laugh. So if you're in America's late, before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, grill runs, weed runs, you're just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break, you see somebody on the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's 11:09 a.m. We got the whole rest of the day to find somebody to help. Please, there's no excuse not to intentionally go out and find somebody to help over here. There's literally millions of people here who need our help. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free, and I'll see you next time. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for what you did for Gail. I mean, really, it touches me. As soon as we can make that connection, man, if you think the story's big now, you wait till they connect. It's going to shut the internet down, guys. Thank you so much. Take care, guys.